Alright, what's going on, guys? Session number 2 here from Spain. First session went really well. I decided to come back to the same jetty that I fished in the last video. We are just in a different spot on the same jetty. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of repeats that we got this morning, but if we could pick away at a couple new species here that I've never caught before, that would really be great. So let's give it a shot, and let's see what happens. Alrighty, so same setup I used this morning, size 16 hook, a little bit of shrimp. That piece actually might be a little bit too big, but we'll go with it. And then a 1/2 ounce sinker. So let's just flip this thing around and let's see what we can get. Hopefully the action is as good as it was this morning. Got him. Nice one. Hey. Alrighty, so first fish of the session, some sort of a comber. I think we got one of these earlier. I think we've been catching 2 different types of combers. So this is not a bad start. So let's get this one back and let's keep fishing. Got him. Alrighty, so first one of these guys for the session, but I am starting to understand why they are called the common two-banded sea bream. Caught a bunch of these in the first session, and now we just got one here in the second session, really at the beginning. So let's get this one back, and let's keep fishing. Got him. Another one. Alright, so these guys certainly are common, and just like the porgies in the Western Atlantic, they're very, very sharp. Their spines are, at least. This guy drew a little bit of blood. Alright, let's keep fishing. Got him. It's a little ornate wrasse. Alright, so these guys aren't my favorite, but as long as I don't catch these guys in the numbers that I caught these guys when I was fishing in the Canary Islands 2 years ago, I'm not going to mind them too much. Here at least there's a pretty good diversity, and those guys are at least not the most common species that I'm catching. Got him. Okay. Another ornate wrasse. I hope I didn't just jinx myself. I'm kind of going 50-50 between casting out deeper and then fishing among the rocks here. Among the rocks, I'm hoping to get some more blannies and maybe some gobies. Probably have to use a different rig for the gobies, honestly. But anyway, gonna keep fishing around the rocks here for a little bit, but ornate wrasses and wrasses in general also really like the rocks. So if we're going to be fishing around the rocks, my number of ornate wrasse catches here might go up dramatically. Got him. Alrighty. Another ornate. These guys are a really pretty fish. My favorite color is teal, and I think these guys have like the most beautiful teal color on them, on the tails and on the fins and on the face and head and whatnot. But still, even with all that, I really don't like them. Oop, got one. Oh, that's what these things were. All right, so it's one of these little damsels. There's these, actually all these rocks are very light and white colored. And you can see a school of these like black fish kind of swimming over the top of the white rocks. Was curious what those were. I got my bait picked clean a couple times because these guys do have some small mouths on them. But then pretty quickly on the next drop, we got one of these little chromis things. Got him. No fight at all from this one. There's the fight. Just dead weight as I pulled it up off of the bottom. Alrighty, so some of these guys lose those two bands really quick, especially the band that's over there behind the head. But it is just another common two-banded sea bream, and this guy already spined me a couple times. These guys are really, really sharp and pointy. Their spines are. So let's get this guy off the hook without getting spined again, and let's keep fishing. Got him. This guy's fighting differently. Let's see what this is. Oh, sweet. It's a wrasse, but I don't think I've caught this wrasse before. Alrighty, so this I think is the Mediterranean rainbow wrasse, if I'm not mistaken, and I do think it's a new species. I caught one this morning in my last video that looks similar to this, I guess, anatomically, but the coloration was all different, so I'm not really sure what that thing was. But this I do think is going to be a Mediterranean rainbow wrasse. Alright, pretty fish. Let's get this guy back, and let's try to catch maybe one or two more, and then we'll call it a day. Got him. What do we got? Oh, this could be something. I think this is going to be something new. All right, well, that guy's back in the water, but at least I got a picture of him. I believe that was a Salima or something. I think that's how it's pronounced. Not exactly sure, but I don't think I've caught that one before. So I'm pretty sure that is also a new species. I still got a little bit of bait left. Let's throw that around, see what we get, then we'll wrap it up. Oop, got one. Another one of these little damsels from out of the rocks. Alright, it doesn't come out well in person. It doesn't come well on video or in photos because this guy just looks really brown and like olive colored. But in person, you can see this really nice iridescent purplish blue there on the dorsal. So another one of these little damsels. There should be a whole bunch of other, not a whole bunch, but there should be several other Blanny and goby species among the rocks here. However, all I've been able to get from out of the rocks are a couple of these guys and then a couple ornate wrasses. So one day we got to dedicate a session to like fishing among the rocks here, trying to get the blandies and the gobies, because that really hasn't worked out too well here. But yeah, solid session. I think that's going to do it. Let's go ahead and let's wrap it on up. Alright guys, so that's going to do it here. Fishing session number 2 from Spain is in the books. Not as good as the first. We fished almost the same spot. I was a couple yards away. But I don't know if it was because it was a different time of day or a different part of the tide cycle, and it did get a lot cloudier, so maybe it's one of those 3 things has something to do with it. Still got a pretty good amount of fish, but I think this session was a longer, and I still caught about the same or less fish than that first session. And unfortunately, I think we only got 1 new species for the life list, maybe in that Mediterranean rainbow wrasse, which I think that's what it was. But yeah, that's kind of expected. Once you pick up so many species during your first session, there's going to be a diminishing level of return here during all the other sessions. But still, really good time out here fishing. Hope you guys liked it, and I will see you guys next time.